Hello, I am Anna, your host. Welcome to California Divorce 101. Today, we're talking about a phenomenon that happens every year: why so many people decide to initiate divorce proceedings right after the holidays. Before we begin, here's an important disclaimer. All content was researched, drafted, and produced by the attorneys and supporting team members at Marathi Nufer. The voices and audio delivery are powered by Gen AI. This podcast is for informational purposes only. If you need legal advice tailored to your specific situation, consult a qualified family law attorney. Now, to help us unpack today's topic, I'm joined by my co-host, Kate.
Thanks, Anna. This is such a fascinating topic because it happens like clockwork every year. There's even a name for it, the postponement effect.
The postponement effect? That already sounds intriguing. What's behind it?
Well, a lot of couples already know their marriage isn't working, but they wait to file for divorce until after the holidays. Think about it: Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. These are all family-centered holidays. People want to keep things as normal as possible, especially for their kids. The last thing they want is to have tough conversations or disrupt family traditions.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what happens once January rolls around?
Reality sets in. The holiday decorations come down. Financial stress from all that holiday spending starts creeping in.
Oh yeah, speaking of financial stress, money plays a big role in this, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The holiday season can be expensive, and once those bills start rolling in, financial strain can push couples to rethink everything. And people start reassessing their situation. That's when a lot of couples finally decide it's time to take action.
I can totally see that. But legally, what does that mean for them?
In California, we follow community property laws. That means assets and debts acquired during the marriage are generally split equally, unless an exception applies. Some couples hold off until the end of the tax year to assess their finances before making a big decision like divorce.
Ah, that's interesting. So does timing really matter?
It does. And then there's spousal support and child custody. The longer the marriage, the more likely permanent or long-term spousal support could come into play.
Wow, that's huge. Does January seem like a strategic time for many people to file?
Exactly. It allows for a clean financial break in the new year. Plus, some couples time it around their children's school schedules to minimize disruption.
That makes sense. But for parents, does child custody make this even more complicated?
It's a huge factor. Many parents don't realize how important it is to have a structured holiday custody plan in place.
Yeah, I can imagine that gets really stressful if not handled properly.
Exactly. If there's no custody order in place, or if an existing one needs modification, filing before the holidays is key. Family courts receive high volumes of modification requests, so filing early helps ensure everything gets resolved prior to the holidays, and it can also provide necessary stability for both parents and children.
That's really smart. So the goal is to keep things as smooth as possible for the kids, right?
Yes. California courts always prioritize the child's best interests. That often means things like alternating holidays or creating a time-sharing schedule. The goal is to make sure kids get meaningful time with both parents while reducing stress.
Yeah, that's so important. But beyond the legal and financial side, divorce is also an emotional process. What should people keep in mind when navigating that?
Great question. Divorce isn't just a legal procedure. It's a major life transition. It's emotional, it's stressful, and it can feel overwhelming.
Yeah, how do people cope with so much change happening at once?
That's why having a solid support system is crucial. Lean on friends, family, or even a therapist if you need one. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. And most importantly, remember, this isn't just the end of a marriage, it's the beginning of something new.
I love that perspective, it's not just about closing a chapter, it's about starting a new one.
Absolutely. A fresh start can be an opportunity for growth, self discovery, and happiness.
For anyone listening, know that you don't have to go through this alone. Before we wrap up, Kate, if someone is considering divorce right now, what's one key piece of advice you'd give them?
My biggest advice: get informed before making any decisions. Understand your legal rights and financial situation first. It will help you make the best choices for your future.
That's so important. And having the right attorney can make a big difference too, right?
Absolutely. Working with an experienced family law attorney like those at Moradi Newfer will make the process a whole lot smoother.
That's great advice, Kate. Thank you for sharing your insights today. And to our listeners, stay tuned. In upcoming episodes, we'll cover child custody, financial planning, and co-parenting strategies that actually work. If you have questions, send them to us at intake@caflg.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us on California Divorce 101. Remember, knowledge is power, and you're not alone in this journey. Until next time, take care of yourself and your future.